greetings. Thank you for joining tonight's broadcast brought to you by Fifth Dimension. This is for only real people only. Fake people go somewhere else. Alright, greetings. I can go further into that, but let's not. So, alright. Today's topic is the lost cities of Cibola, however you pronounce it. I can't pronounce anything, so I just devour all words. So anyway, you have the ideas in the description. You can look it up. Also, I'm not gonna go into details of like where it is or what Basically, it's like I'm gonna give you my gist of it. But first, let me do an update real quick. Get this out. I haven't done one of these in a while. Or maybe I have. I just don't remember anything anymore. Real quick, this is IamTor.com for those who are new to all of this. If this here works, private sessions throughout the week, you can have a scheduler or add a channel. Google Hangouts, Zoom a channel by phone. Record it if you want it recorded, you don't have to. Questions, I'm like 15 days for delivery. Same situation here. I have other channelers and healers I do recommend. You have social networking and awesomeness. Alright, thank you for support. Okay, got that out of the way. Thank you for support. Thank you for. Okay, enough of that. Okay, so this is Illuminati cities. Basically, there's different ways of look. Basically, like cities of gold. They're translucent. They're here. They're not here. Basically, they're set across the world. I don't know exactly where they are. They have one in Colorado, in theory, or was. So it's on how you look at it. So I'm just going to give my take on it. So those are like, they're first off, a lot of those cities were not humanoid. They were alien places at first. And then eventually, it's like they're like those cities scattered around the world, kind of like brought humanity into its own, like to help build it. And like I said, I feel like a lot of them were not humanoid at that time. They became humanoid, or they left, or whatever it might be. The goal was just there to build reality, our current reality. I saw a YouTube video. I just looked at it glimpsed at it real quick. Pyramids in Mexico. So they got a lot of their stuff from possibly there, probably. So yeah, now it's all a thing of legend. So they are there, they're not there. But yeah, when they lost, I want to say they didn't lose their reason for existence, but they kind of did. They did what they're here to do. Is basically to bring humanity together, to build civilizations, basically. It's kind of like your warehouses and stuff like. It's like your Home Depot of the time. It was a city of gold instead. It's another way of looking at it. It's just it's basically to assist with infrastructure of our reality. And then when they're not needed anymore, they washed away or whatever it is, be destroyed, whatever it was. They didn't need it anymore. So it doesn't mean that some of them still exist, but I guess you gotta be careful what you tap into. Because there is a lot of sacred energy. Meaning that we're just not ready for a lot of stuff yet. For various reasons. No, it's weird. Jeez. Well, I feel the Kardashians are connected to it in some ways. Well, because they are. God help us all. But they're involved with, engineering reality. The way people think. The way the way people, how big their butts are going to be next week and stuff like that. I guess that's symbolism they're giving me of like that's kind of how it works. It's like they'll have somebody like a priestess or something like that to bring about how to wear your hair and how to dress and yada yada yada. And the Kardashians are doing that modern times. So So back in that time, they did, they just had certain individuals that they assist with carving out society, basically. Some did a well job with it, some abused it, whatever it is. You know, it's the fabrics of our society. So yeah, it's kind of like Disney's Imagineering. You can say that was the cities of gold. They have various different types of functions. But it was about just because Colorado was not around a lot around during that time. There wasn't much around there, but the vibrations, they went out to different places. And they knew of our civilization going to be built. They see the timelines of that clearly back then. Not to say they had 100% worth. At least the aliens don't always have 100%, but spirit can see it a lot more clear. So the spirits were obviously guiding the aliens to what to do with it. So even if the aliens didn't understand what the hell they were doing, I would say even the aliens themselves had like a Moses moment where the spirit was talking to them. They don't know what the hell they're talking to. It's like, okay, I guess this is God, right? And it told us to build this city, do this, do that. And the aliens are getting that type of information too. So, yeah, our world is basically, it's many worlds in one. And it's just, a hard world because, of course, we're learning what other worlds don't want to learn, or don't know how to learn it, or whatever it is. It just that's why we're still here, because we didn't lose our purpose. Even if the world feels like it doesn't have a whole lot of purpose when you're here. It depends on how you look at it. Some of us are like, why are we here still? Why are some of us here? Obviously the more immature souls are needed to be here to grow up, and raising an immature soul is not fun, basically. When is it ever? So, yeah, tell me about doing it right now. So, all right, let's see if any other beings want to go into any of this. Let's see where we got. Before we tap into that, the microchip came from those cities. The ideas, the energies, the materials, the minerals that went into it. The people that were going to invent it, a lot of them are Anunnaki. They're incarnated here. A lot of them, of course, the angels are there to protect, to allow creation to occur for technologies, because we could have connected energy-wise and went that direction, but our society is too headstrong for that. I mean, we can all do Reiki on each other and shift. We don't technically need technology, but because our energy on this planet is so low, we need something. So there's different routes of going about it. Obviously, technology is the best we got, but because we can technically open up our telepathic abilities and go in that direction right now. We could have did that a long time ago. But because there's so much hostile energies and so many souls like the low vibrations, they bathe in it. They just bathe in darkness. So how can you open up your telepathic abilities worldwide when many souls just like the they like the conflict, they like the politics, they like the low vibrations, like Fox News or Fox CNN, whatever. They like all that stuff. So how can you break out of that? They like the game, the low vibrational game. So not to judge or anything, but it's just the way it is. It's just more of a test. And those that like that stuff test everybody else. What I'm getting to is like those that become like criminals for murder or whatever it is. Like the earth isn't at a lower vibration. Let me make it lower. The world's becoming too happy. Let me go kill some people. Like, jeez, that's the energy I got from that. It makes sense. Well, because they look at too what we can learn from all of that or whatever it is. It's like we're here. We might as well make the best of it. Make life hell for each other. Not everybody, but a lot of us. I mean, while you're here, you might as well get something out of it, even if it's torture. Something about it. Let me tell you, I am ready for a break from torture. So, I can't say I'm alone there. The more people that are partying in a more high vibrational energy, thank you for that. The rest of us are in the mud. It's like, yeah, like a break from it. A long break from it. So, alright, here we go again. Let's see who comes through. Alright, what's this? Greetings, we are from Spirit. Higher dimensional beings, 12th dimension. Greetings to you. You can say the golden cities are a gift from God. A template for you to, yes, it is basically spirit connecting to your world. Atlantis was like a spirit connecting to your world. It was at 4th, 5th dimension, but it was still a spirit, as a city basically. But they needed to build your world. So you call those golden cities also like garages. Like your Apple computer came from a garage. You almost see these little cities. Of course, they're immense, but we're gonna call them little. Are your garages of reality, inspiration, imagination, creativity is built. We saw the future before many of you did. As you build these cities, or in these cities, you see the future. Can you imagine being in a city and seeing the future clearly, and you step out of it, then you forget? It was not an easy existence, and wealth was knowledge. It was not gold. Gold is for your reality, because your reality needs gold to find, calling it wealth, calling it knowledge, but gold is just an infrastructure of society for you. Gold was used as basically showed as riches, but technically it is just knowledge. It is a way of, kind of some ways like hiding knowledge as calling it gold, but just when you look at gold you say upper class, luxury, higher vibrations. But it's also there for, it is from the higher dimensions, of course. Coffee comes from the higher dimensions. Coffee is very much from the insectoid realities. I have to say you're drinking insects or anything like that. But you're coming from another way of opening yourself up, but also shutting yourself down in certain areas. Coffee is there to make you more third dimension. Help you function in the third dimension. That's another way of looking at it. There are teas and spices that have not been brought to your world yet that can open you up. Ayahuasca is one. There's many others. Think about having various different versions of ayahuasca and other things that have not been mentioned here or found here yet. That can be found in different grapes and different. It is difficult to find here, but it can be a mixture of different types of earth elements. Can make you something more powerful than ayahuasca has ever done. But basically, the ceremony, reason ayahuasca is not prominent, it's not meant to be. It's meant to be like a sacred, gem at this time. But your rollouts here. Now, ancient cities, you can't tap into them if you wish. They are connected to Akashic records. What do you need from there? Yes, there's a lot of feline energies there. There's a lot of Palladian, Nordic energies, Syrian. They want you to learn what they have lost. You actually have a lot of lost knowledge on your planet, where a lot of alien beings no longer have. When it comes, to your emotions, the way you're acting. Much of it has been lost throughout the ages. You're actually kind of like, Your Earth is almost like an old videotape found from the past, a reel that's been. It's so much knowledge here that all these advanced alien beings don't even fathom, but that's where they came from. They came from you, what you're going through. And so many of you incarnated to find lost knowledge. And it's really difficult. Many of you want to go more advanced, more flying ships and all that. There's nothing wrong with it. But also you lose a little. You need this darkness. So many of you are wanting darkness here to take it to other places. And not to let it, I only call it use it well, because there's no such thing as using it well. is basically the knowledge of this earth. You're taking. See, this is why many of you come here. Yes, as difficult it is, but that's kind of the point. Ever climb a mountain? Ever do anything hard? That's this world. But over time, when you, even during your lifetime, you will see, wow, that was really worth it. So getting everything you want in life, like a nice boat, a nice mansion, might seem fine at first, but then you realize the little things matter most. And that's what truly matters. Yes, friendships matter, but getting to know yourself is key and very difficult. This is why so many are in poverty situations. You're opening yourself up. Very difficult. The wealthy don't know what that means usually. The wealthy try to do through drugs, through alcohol, and they figure out that will help them instead of destroying them, which is another test. No one ever really gets fully destroyed. Yes, there are realities where souls can get destroyed, but it always seems to find a way back. You might be kicked out of a reality, destroyed from a reality, but then you'll find a way. It's like, by the way, I made myself a copy in this other reality. I'm going to bring it back into the one I got destroyed in. Here I am again. And many of you that are breaking the rules, I've done that many times. Many of you are breaking the rules in this reality, connected to aliens and all this. You have been an outcast in many other worlds. And to put it in this world's face is laughable, enjoyable, also painful at the same time. It's not easy doing this. It's never intended to be. If you're living the easy life, yes, there will be easy times, yes. You need a break eventually. But going into this type of awakening was never meant to be easy, and you know that. So pain is kind of the norm. And sometimes, yes, living in an environment that is kind of painful is helpful. It's like, I'm not exactly living the life I want to. It's kind of the point. It's like you don't want to get too used to luxury. Because you're looking for luxury, but you kind of lose yourself. There's nothing wrong with having some of that. But still you want to know who you are. And that is basically living the basics. Luxury can truly remove you from... Could you focus on that and not you? Focusing on you is very difficult. Now some of you have mastered both, luxury and yourself. And that's saying a lot. But these cities are basically... You can manifest these cities back into your reality, but there's no reason for it right now. But you can all of a sudden found, wow, the city of gold, we walked over this place hundreds of times, and there it is right now. So that's not really the point at this time. We are working towards it. So right now you're just figuring yourselves out. What do you want to experience? Your manifestation works in different ways. The harder, like the things that you really want are usually the things you can't really get. But that doesn't mean you won't get it or get some version of it. But right now, it's another reflection of yourself. It's like, yes, there's also that question. Why is this happening? Why am I not getting this? Why am I not having that? Why am I not having this job? Why don't I live in the Hamptons or somewhere on a cliff or somewhere? Why am I not living in Europe? Well, some of you are living in the United States for various reasons. A lot of this to heal the United States. The United States is not very united. It is a place of. It has a lot of Mercury's energy, the planet. Mercury is a planet of divide. Mercury at one time lost itself like any other world. Mercury used to be a lot larger in other incarnations too, other realities. Fragments of Mercury are here, not just the element, but the planet itself. But I have alien beings here that they're not necessarily they're not showing themselves, but some of them are called elephants on your world. And elephants and the bird people did not go so well at one time. So your planet still has, your jungles of your Earth is also a reflection of your universe. That your universe is not exactly the easiest places to connect with, because there's a lot of secrets in your universe from other universes. Beings from other universes brought knowledge, and not every universe can handle that knowledge. Your planet is remembering what your universe has forgotten, and other universes have forgotten too. Many of you chose, I don't want to go through all this pain again, so I'm not going to remember it this time. It's like if people want to open up their impressions, or they're open themselves up, they can come to me, and they don't have to go through this again. So you come here to pull in knowledge into yourselves. And this is why you go through the pain, because you're putting knowledge into yourself. And knowledge can be a pain in the ass. School is a pain in the ass, as many of you realize that. And yes, some souls have difficulties maturing. That's because they always got what they want in previous incarnations, and then it's the spoils of life and never really grew up. And that's why some grow up when they're 50 or 80. So that's why, because they once again got everything they always wanted. When you take everything you always wanted and take it all away and strip it down, you grow up really fast, don't you? You live on the street, you got nobody. Growing up is all you got. Going within is all you get. Survival instincts activate more than ever. And you'd be surprised what you can manifest quickly, because you're in a panic mode. It's amazing what you can manifest. And this is why so many push on the brink of poverty where they live on the street, because it also opens up many senses. And say, okay, I'm not really want to live on the street, but I'm coming close to it. So you're open, it's opening up parts. See, that's the thing. People look at aliens and they worship them, but with all that power, they lose a great deal of themselves. That's where you come in, to be a pain in the ass to the universe, to test the universe, to put it in check. You feel like your world's not worth anything. That's kind of the point. But you are worth a great deal. It's not always going to be seen that way, because they want to see what you're going to do. If they say, your world's worthless, screw you. And it's just like, wait, man, that's not true. And you show the universe what you got. I am tough. I am strong. I can do this. And of course, the weaker souls are always going to blame everybody else for their problems, because they're not willing to face themselves. And yes, if there's someone that says you're attacking everyone, that's not for public consumption at this time. So many of you, yes, have an astral connection too. You're closing up loose ends. So yes, this earth it's the hellish lessons are really worth their while, as hard as they are for some of you. For those that aren't going through the hardships, you are assisting those that are going through hardships. You're there for them. It's like, you don't need to go through that. Not everybody needs to go through pain all the time. But some do. For various reasons. For karmic reasons, or just, I need this knowledge, I'm going to jump off that cliff. It's like, there's knowledge here. I'm going into, the Temple of Doom, which can be a relationship, or whatever it might be. It's like, I know this is the worst idea ever, but I'm going to go there anyway. Hopefully you're there for me when I hopefully come out of that. So when you look at your hardships you're going through, realize you're downloading a great amount of information. And it's hard. It's because a lot of beings don't want you to have it. They want you to live a life of luxury, lying down, doing nothing. Maybe say the hell with that. And it's hell, but we really great guarantee it is worth it in the long run. Because when the hell is over, it's like, that really sucked. But I do feel I'm glad I went through it. Of course, that's not always easy to admit. When you're off the planet, that's usually the easiest time to admit. It's like, wow, I learned a lot from that. I'm never going back there again. But sometimes, yeah, the best idea is not to know what you're downloading, what you're getting. Because you can stop it sometimes. You don't want to do that. So the less you know, the better. As difficult as that might be. So your cities of gold will show up when they need to. That means your Earth has come to... That means party's over here. So when your Atlantis rises, when your Antarctica is, completely melted down, your Earth cities, everything's starting to shift, pole shifts. That shows you, the Earth experience is coming. Well, the third dimension is coming to an end, but also the Earth experience is coming to an end. That doesn't mean you're all going to die or anything like that, but you're shifting the Earth's vibration. The lower energies are finally being kicked off the planet. But then you're going to take a lot of that and take it somewhere else. Some of you are going to try and recreate this world somewhere else. More power to you on that. You'd be surprised. You got it now. Recreating is not as easy as it is experiencing it. Some of you, this world was technically created on accident. I mean, nobody really knew how it was going to occur. No one really knew it was going to turn into what it turned into today. What it is, well, for thousands of years, what it's been. So, it's kind of an accident planet, but necessary. The universe allowed it to occur. Humanity allowed it to occur. You all kind of put it together. So, if you want to create another one of these planets, well, we're not going to stop you. Blessings. Okay, hopefully it's helpful. Of course, you can do research on that. More power to you. I didn't do you can do that. There's more. There's always more, but we're probably going to go into that again eventually.